Shalom Yasharala. Before you go into this lesson, we give all honor, all glory, and all praises be to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. We give double honor to the apostles and prophets and elders of James Camp, Betan's Great Millstone, for the bring forth the 100% truth that I be currently edified under. Shalom to the elect, the tabernacle of David, and I am Roberta Zaria coming through this lesson now. Bear with me, we're bringing.
This will officially cure anyone from wanting to eat raw meat. This is the case of an 18-year-old male who came in with vomiting, headaches, and new onset seizures. So they ended up getting these MRIs, and can you guess what all of these white areas are? Yeah, all of those are cysts with larvae in them from parasites. Evidently, he had the habit of frequently eating raw meat, which ended up filling his body with parasites. This is called disseminated cysticercosis. The most common source of parasites from meat is from pork, although all types of raw meat can have parasites.
Did you hear that? The most common cases of parasites in meat is from pork. The reason why I had to bring that out because we have to understand why the laws were put in place to prevent us from going through such things as this. Yahweh Shai sees it as an abominable animal. It's there for its purpose as a bottom feeder to what? Clean the debris, the dirt, or let's just say the things of the earth, of the ground. That's what it's there for. This is why you could say the skin is like a backpack where it holds all the toxins. So when you go on and eat these things, especially raw, worst case scenario of that is death. For those who don't know, unalive. This is why the scriptures tell you. Let me get the precept immediately. We're not playing, not today. Leviticus 11 and I believe 45. This is what the scripture tells you. Go from verses. Right. Verse 44 and 45. Right? It says, and verse 44 to 47, it says, "For I am Yahweh your power, and ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. For I am Yahweh that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt, to be your power. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy." Listen. "This is the law of the beasts and of the fowl and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, between the beasts that may be eaten and the beasts that may not be eaten." And when you go drop down, there's a clarification as to not eating a specific meat, which is what? Pork. We're dealing with parasites in this manner, but we're also dealing with what is the main recipient that causes that, especially in the meat, let's say in the meat family. Let's go. It says, let me get it, bear with me. It says, "And the swine, though he divided the hoof and cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. So of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you." See what it says there? It makes it very clear. And scripture tells you it's unclean. Now we know why it's unclean. And the parasites, for those who don't understand, as in pork, the parasites in the pork, it's used to remove the toxins from the flesh of the pork. You know that, right? All the sweat that is built up in the skin, the toxins that it eats that builds up in the skin. The parasites is used, the worms are used to clean the toxins that is stored on the outer layer of the skin. So that's why it is important that you know the law and the ways and why, so that you don't partake of these things. But let's continue the video. Let's see what more it has to offer.
Many Many of these are microscopic and cannot be seen with the naked eye. Meat that is meant to be eaten raw like in sushi needs to be deep frozen to kill the parasites before it's eaten. Bottom line is, if you want to avoid these little guys, please don't be eating meat that is not properly treated or...
Simple fact, don't eat pork at all, as we mentioned here. You see why many of our people are going through and suffering from many illness. And you find the pork chop eating pastors preaching that you could eat pork. You see how wrong these things are? When you haven't come up under the right tutelage, it is impossible for you to get anything correct. There are many pastors, and I know one today who I work with that literally says nothing is wrong with eating pork. Nothing is wrong. No problem. Eat it every day then, for the rest of your life. Because it's undigestible for your liver. So you're automatically damaging your liver. Which is why, there's no wonder why he has many liver spots. But let's not talk about anybody. Let's get right into the lesson. As to things that you could use to combat that. This doesn't require a parasite detox alone. This requires an intestinal detox. And that's why I'm going to show you the difference between the intestinal worms and parasites, which is given by these porks, and the parasites and worms that you could get on a daily basis outside. So let's go into it. Right. So we have that, parasites and worms, and then we have what? So intestinal worms and parasites. So let's deal with this aspect right here today. We see what causes you to eventually have things like parasites. We will deal with two of them. It says the intestinal parasites remedy is black walnut, black-eyed Susan, chicory, cutted wood, diatom acus, earth, elecampane, feverfew, garlic, lamb's quarters, male fern, mugwort, mullein, plantain, self-heal, sheep's sorrel, thyme, and white pine, wormwood, which is one of the most powerful herbs used for the parasite cleansing and removing aspect. So there's one remedy right here that deals with intestinal worms, which is what you eat, and parasites, which is what surrounds your body. Then we're supposed to have lower down a different version, a lot stronger, and it works like a charm, which is parasites and worms, which deals with the remedy black walnut, black-eyed Susan, again cayenne pepper, different this time, chaparral, different this time, chicory, diatomacus, earth, feverfew, garlic, hawthorn, male fern, oregano, Oregon grape, sheep sorrel, thyme, white pine, and wormwood. Very similar with a few differences. And what these do, for those who don't know, this parasite and worm out deals more with the cleansing of the microscopic parasite that is in your blood and in your bloodstream, which goes from dealing with the parasite that is in your blood-brain barrier. These deals with the parasite that is in your infestation of your lungs, even with the receptors that interferes with these areas. This also deals with the parasite that is in your skeletal system, your bones, your bone marrow. And the other deals with the parasite that is from the digestive system. Let me go back into it, if I can. Intestinal worms and parasites for the digestive tract, to be exact, also deals with your pancreas and your liver, the liver fluke worms that you normally have. This is what it deals with, because you have something like elecampane, and mugwort, which also deals with your heart and also deals with your lungs. You see where I'm coming from? Or we have plantain, which restores your stomach. So it also deals with your stomach parasites. Now, nonetheless, wormwood, black walnut, and clove by itself are used for all the areas that you can get, but to make it more potent for certain areas, you will require different herbs, which is why I see a difference in intestinal worms and parasite detox, right? Hold on. Alright, sorry about I got a small call. Alright, let's get into it. So that's why it have a difference, right? One deals with a certain part of the body, the other deals with the rest. Then we also would have, when you go, let me get out that information, my pause. So we have a another remedy here, which is what? Dealing for worms, right? Especially being in the scalp. It says, for the herb we have alfalfa, we have birch leaf, burdock, which is good for cleansing the blood, calendula, which also goes for relaxing, which is marigold, relaxing the body, chaparral, removing bacteria and parasites. Let's not stop. Comfrey, good for what and also removing parasites, and it's also good for its nutrients. We have the dwarf nettle, also very good for its nutrients, and as we know, cleansing the liver from the fluke worms, which is parasites. We have horsetail, maidenhair, nettle, we have rosemary, here's the point, and wormwood, if worms in scalp is a factor. We have wormwood, which is also used to do what? Remove the parasites. And in doing so, your diet intake should be at least asparagus, barley, buckwheat, cabbage, fig, kelp, millet, onions, rice, romaine lettuce, rye, I don't know why I keep popping up, rye, sesame seed, spinach, strawberries, and tomatoes. So these are what you could actually use to eat, to consume. Like I always tell you, hey, fruits and veggies, no sugars, no meat, no, you understand? That is normally go on by saying that no dairies, none of these things for a short while. Because why is the question? Why? Because it will help you to remove excess parasites without putting back excess parasites, so that your body could be in a cleaner state to rejuvenate itself back to its original form, as you understand, right? That's why we say that. So right here you have, I'm gonna pause here, next information right here, I'm bring up